we needed to break camp for a little while today. Our friends Terry and Scott are still here for a short while yet. I need to go down to the garage. There's a package coming today that needs signed for, and I'm coming down here. It's a big package from Fort Terry and Scott, and going down here simply to offer the same courtesy that they extended to me when I was out visiting them out in Washington, and that many of our friends do. Can't think of anybody that doesn't do it. Is, you know, if there's a residential address, if you need some things shipped, which I did when I was out there, can use their address, and that's happened in, let me see, Wisconsin, at Chuck's place. Hi, Chuck. And Candy and Susan's down in Yuma, Arizona. I don't know, yeah, Terry and Scott's. So anyway, you get the idea. So when anybody's back here, I'd absolutely say, you need something, get it shipped. And there's been a couple of packages already, but it's been stuff that we can track and we know when it's been dropped off, and we just swing by at some point, like in Scott's truck. But in this case, somebody needs to be there to sign for it, and I don't know what time it's going to be delivered today, so I'm just going to go down to Coachman and just hang out there for the day, and probably put some tools away of projects I've completed while out at camp, and kind of regroup for the next set of projects that need done. And so it won't hurt me a bit. I'm happy to go down and do this to begin with, but I can certainly be productive and find something to do while I'm there. That's never a problem. Never. And I gotta stop and get gas, because we've been using our generators a lot, both Scott and I, and we've been kind of spoiled ourselves, probably running them when we really don't even necessarily need to all that bad. Just, you know, a little extra air conditioning, and we don't have any neighbors out there to bother. We would certainly take that into consideration if we had neighbors, but we don't. And our generators are pretty quiet, so we don't mind each other's. But I know I've burned a lot more gasoline with my generator than I would under other circumstances. So I've been robbing that gas out of the Coachman's gas tank. So I'm like, ooh, I actually used more than I thought. So we're gonna stop and fill the Coachman up. Then head over to the garage. I think we'll just pull in here at the Sunoco. This is, you know, these smaller gas stations are pretty easy for the Coachman. A little trickier with the bounder. Scott and I measured. We know this Coachman has a much shorter wheelbase, much shorter than the bounder. And we got to looking at the Coachman versus Scotty's truck. And believe it or not, the wheelbase on the Coachman is shorter than on Scotty's truck. And we measured bumper to bumper. And even though this is a 24-foot model, it's bumper to bumper, it measures 23.5. So the Coachman's pretty short. This is annoying at the gas pump. The limit is set to $74 and the pump shuts off, which only gives me 15 gallons of gas. And I probably need more than probably 35 or 40 gallons. So I'll have to restart the pump at least twice. All right, now that that task is done, gas has dropped down the whole way down to $4.89 a gallon. The whole way down to $4.89. Ooh. Here's the other part of why we use so much gas is it is the hot time. You know, July and August is the hot part of the year. So, and without this awning, because I don't have this big awning on yet, in the afternoon, the sun really beats, you know, the hot part of the day, the hot time of the year, the sun really beats on this side of the RV in the afternoon. And so some of that's the extra generator, air conditioning time, especially even if I'm not in the RV, it gets to be late afternoon. It's time to start cooling it down, so that when evening, in the evening air, that it just takes forever to cool it down, just naturally, with natural airflow. So cool it down, and then it's so much more, so much nicer in the evening, and getting to sleep later in the evening. Meanwhile, back at the garage, not a whole lot has changed. Just got this weird feeling of being back, and it's just a reminder that my friends Scott and Terry will soon be gone on the road to their next destination, and I'll be back here at the garage left to my stuff. I really want to get this wrapped up. I'm at the point here where I really got to get this rack here finished up, which after Scott and Terry leave, I'm going to concentrate on that. I'm going to get the steel ordered I need to finish this rack modification and get that done the next week. And that awning I got a notification, the big awning did ship. It's going to truck the whole way across the country. It'll probably be a week or so and get that big awning on here. I need to cut off here. That's going to be, as much as I'd like to just give it its second scrubbing since I've had it, a more thorough scrubbing, and wax it, that I can kind of work out. I really need to get up and focus on the engine compartment. And I don't even know, honestly, you'd think I'd know more about it than what I do. I'm certain it's a 454 Chevrolet big block engine. I'm 98.3% sure it is. So I know it's a big block, and I know it's a Chevrolet. I just haven't confirmed it's a 454. I'm sure it is. But that just shows I haven't been into it. I know it's got a big quadrajet carburetor on it, so that's kind of telling. Anyway, so what's the first thing I do when I get back? Is take more gas out of it. You've heard of like water buffaloes. It's like the Coachman's a gasoline buffalo. So I'm thinking, well, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna hang out here today and wait on that package to get here. And I really don't want to get involved in too much with the Coachman today. I want to get back out, spend some more time with my friends, and I'll be leaving very soon enough. The time is slipping by, and so what do I find to do? Any guesses? So yeah, I mowed the whole back, and that's probably, the back's probably 2 acres. You know, carefully watching on each pass back and forth, you know, 2 or 3 times going down, you know, looking up at the road to keep an eye out for that FedEx truck. I wouldn't want to miss them. And then of course when I'm on the way back up, it's easy to catch out of the see a truck pulling up. And so I've mowed the entire back, and I'm gonna mow the front here in a little bit, and I certainly won't miss them then. But yeah, the old Cub Cadet SLX 54, okay, 54-inch wide cut. It gets the job done. So that's what I've been doing. And I'll take a couple of breaks, like just in case. Did I miss them? Then of course Bella's out there. She likes when I'm on mowing day. She goes out and runs around and rolls in the grass. Something about the smell of fresh cut grass too. But she likes to roll in it. I forget what I was gonna say. Yes, I'd run up and check the tracking, and it says nope, still on truck, out for delivery. So I'm still good. I didn't miss them. So what are we gonna do? So I stole a bunch of gas out of the Coachman. You know, I have that hooked up, that fuel pump I think I showed in the last video, or the video before that. So The mower only had a little bit of gas in it. The can one only had a little bit in it. I dumped that in. I thought, that's not going to get the job done. So I brought the can over and pumped some more gas out of it. I'll never get a good mileage reading, what kind of mileage this gets, when I keep stealing gas out of it for other things. Once we get on the road, I will. We'll fill it up and we'll be on the road for a substantial amount of hours, and I'll figure that out. So, yeah, did I just skip by all that? Yeah, I need to get in the engine compartment, check belts, hoses, tune up, and you look at the exhaust system up there. It might be borderline getting ready to, it might need new exhaust manifold studs. They're looking pretty thin and rusty, and I'd rather do that. If something gonna happen to them, they're gonna break, and I get an exhaust manifold leak at the donut gasket, I'd rather have to do that here. A job like that out on the road in a shop, you know, I'd have to pay somebody probably out on the road. I wouldn't have all the tools and everything I would need that I have here to do it myself. If I had to pay somebody else, that could be a very expensive job. They could have it for days and days, and I don't want that to happen. So I really got to look at that really close and decide, you know, if it's that bad or if it's just me being too fussy that it's really maybe not as bad as I'm. I'm like, better safe than sorry sort of thing. Well, so I don't know, what are we gonna do? I'll get the hood up. Was snooping around a little bit, nothing really going on there. Check the oil, it's fine. So nothing to see there really. A couple of comments real quick. I think yeah, we're made somebody you know, made a couple observations, and good ones. Said about me putting those batteries back here. So about, you know, right behind the rear wheel. What about a mud flap? You know, that's well, for one thing, they are designed with this kind of for this kind of environment. Maybe not direct blasting and spraying from the tire. There is a nice healthy mud flap back there to protect that. But just generally speaking, you think about it, you know, our car batteries and truck, whatever, SUV, are up front here. You know, when it's storming, you got moisture just blowing in. You know, if a car passes you, or following a truck, all that spray. I mean, that stuff just blowing in there, and it's like a dang hurricane in there when you're driving in a storm. So, you know, the wind and the rain, the moisture, that in itself is not bad. But I do want to protect it too. If tires tend to pick up a little bit of, oh, got a nice breeze going today, or a ghost. You know, tires tend to pick up a little pea gravel and stuff, and can spit it up in there. I wouldn't want the. All right, I need to. let's do that for now. Okay, then latch this. All right, that can certainly get annoying pretty quick, huh? All right, we're okay there. So yeah, that mud flap will keep any grit and little, you know, pea gravel or anything from going up and hitting the side of the battery. And yeah. Well, the other one was that connection, the ground connection in there, where I have the ground wire from the battery, where I just kind of bolted that onto some metal framing that looked pretty rusty, and somebody caught that, called me out on it. What the camera didn't show, because of my poor camera skills sometimes, was I'd actually ground that down. I do have some surface preparation tools that I ground that surface all down to nice shiny, you know, the corrosion and rust off there down to nice shiny metal, and on the back side too, where the nut and the washer and the nut go, tighten that all down on nice clean surfaces. I should have put maybe some protectant on there to paint. I could have painted it. It would have been better than nothing on there. Yeah, keep elements off of it so that it you know, doesn't rust up right away. But it's probably sufficient. The same thing what probably the factory does, so it's at least that good, I think. But I do appreciate the thoroughness and the procedure that was suggested, the completeness of that, and utilizing every possible square inch of surface area for contact. Yeah, I know it's a lot of that. You know, and then protecting it. That's I take mental notes of such thoroughness, and there's a good way to do things, and there's a better way. Well, of course, there's a poor way to do things, but there's a good way and a better way and a really, really good way, or in a way that just don't get any better than that. And it's kind of on that level. And I make notes of that sort of stuff, and I can appreciate when somebody does a good, thorough, really, does her upright. So, but I think what I did there was is going to be sufficient. It'll probably certainly outlast any other connection on the dang thing. So, anyway, anything else really? So I don't know what else we're gonna do here while we're here. I might move the van. Yeah, I need to mow. I need to mow this front. And I really need to, yeah, I need to get some measurement out, get some real measurements out. I know exactly how I think this is gonna go. And I really need to get some measurements and get that steel purchased and get that tire mounted up there the way I want it. Yeah, this is just temporary. And get that rack. I already talked about something else we got going on here is, I have all that solar up top there, and it's great on a sunny day, but out there where we're camped, what I'm finding out is, and this is what's nice about being out in the Coachman right now, is that I'm learning a new rig with some set up a little differently, whatever, go out and run it through the paces and kind of get it sorted out. Some of it I've already known, but still there's nothing like getting it out and giving things a try. And out there where we're at, it's a very shady spot, so it kind of simulates conditions I might expect in the winter. A little bit of sun during the day, and how much I take in, and how I'm going to utilize maybe some of those power stations I have. So it's getting a feel for things. But what I know is, with that 800 watts of solar now, I have that window air conditioner that uses, even in a hot part of the day, it really running steady is about 450, and 800 watts of solar. It's when the sun's up high, that air conditioner can run. I haven't done it yet, but just from experimenting with the van, I got a feel for how that's going to go. There was a slight loss with the van because it doesn't have as much solar, but I was surprised on how well it did hold up. A lot of it was solar, but I was using more than I was taking in, so it was using from the battery, and eventually the battery's going to drop off. So I need a surplus, not a deficiency. But I kind of got a feel on. I was surprised how well that did, or how long that ran. And then until later in the day, till the sun started kind of getting more and more of an angle, and it wasn't taking in as much, it really started. The battery started diving off. I could see how that worked out. But I can't run it out there because we have all that shade. So that kind of explains some of the extra generator usage here on our stay out there. That we don't have the sun to run the air conditioner a whole lot anyway. But and that's the importance of the awnings, making this thing to where it's cooler, keeping some of the sun off of it. We already talked about that window awning, and that's gonna make a difference, keeping the sun off of that glass and from just coming right inside the RV. So that awning down, window wide open, fresh air coming through. And these windshields, gosh, there was some comments mentioned about that some videos ago, that I know that's a big glass or sun on those big windshields is, gosh, that makes the heat. So I want to get windshield covers. I doubt they're off-the-shelf items. Probably have to go somewhere and get them custom made, or I might be able to pull that job off. I might be able to make them without them looking too bad. But I like to get those. And this big awning over here is going to keep sun off of these windows and the door and the whole side of the RV. So I need to do some more things to keep the Coachman from getting so hot to begin with. And we've taken a few steps. We got some more to do. Well, I'm gonna go finish the mowing and put my my lawn tractor away, and hopefully that UP or the FedEx guy gets here and sometime soon, and we can go back out to camp. Time is running short. Spending time with my friends, I just so much enjoyed it. It's nice, and I'd like to be able to go when they leave and travel with them, but I got some things to wrap up here before we go taking off, you know, across the country. I gotta make sure the coachman's in a little better shape, or I gotta check him at least. Check things off the list of things that are okay, or let's make that okay. And poor Bella, poor girl. Yeah, she doesn't get to run out whenever I'm mowing the front, because you never know, the road's up there, and yeah, so she don't get to run loose with me while I'm mowing out there, but she got plenty of running back here. She likes mowing day. You like when I mow? Huh? You like running back here, huh? And one of the first things she did when we got back here was she took a good look, make sure there's no critters out there that need a good chasing. And there wasn't. Bella, was you looking for bad deers? And that's not me mispronouncing deer. That's the way she says it, and she corrects me. And I'm not gonna argue with her. Well, we can say deers for, that's the way Bella wants it. But where's them bad rabbits? Huh? Where's the bad rabbits? And those bad squirrels? And the bad deers? And bad deers? She says there ain't none. I'd already checked. You're ready to go and take your nap. You can go nap while I mow. Okay? Come on, you can finish taking your nap. You can go take your afternoon nap while I finish my mowing. Okay? Alright. Well, that's where we're at with our visiting and with projects. And I gotta get on the ball. This is gonna be round 2. This has been like intermission of my summer. 3 months of just, you know, taking care of this in the bounder too. And now Terry and Scott have come to hang out and visit a while, and it gives me a break. So this has been an intermission. They're gonna be leaving here pretty soon, and I gotta go for the second half. Get this, get back on it and get it done. Get ready for our travel season coming up. So I've had a nice break, and that's it. We're done. It's the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.